Search engine optimization, or SEO, is very important for companies to understand their brand value. Nowadays, many companies also follow something like an AI SEO or also GEO, which is like, how do you perform when a question is asked, not to like a search engine such as Google, but to an LLM such as Perplexity or OpenAI. And we have created a template here which allows you to track exactly that. In this example, we have taken two companies, one is called Meisterwerk and the other is called Hero. We track their performance of how they perform and how much they are mentioned by LLMs when we do an intent-based search of what these companies do over time. And as you can see here, we can track these competitors towards each other and see that they have relatively similar scores. We can see these scores here over time. And if you want to know the GEO of your company, of your brand, how well do you perform actually on LLM search engines and AI search engines, you can quickly just use workflow to find that out. So you go to Needle, you go to your workflow here, and in this workflow we are iterating over a collection of Needle files, which we in this case have indexed collection here called Meisterwerk. And in the collection Meisterwerk, you see there is like different kind of web pages that we have taken from their website. So we have created a web connector, and this web connector queries all the pages as well as the sub pages of this company. For example, you can see here different kind of sites. So we have here, for example, their main page, and we can say this is the main page, and we see what it is, and we actually query this data and we add this to a new collection, and hence we iterate over each of these files here, list files, and then we are giving this to an AI agent, and we say to the AI agent, extract SEO keywords that can be used from the web page. So we want to understand what SEO words actually are like words, because we don't know yet what SEO words really are good here. And I have created already one run. So you see it went over all of the files, and then it created different kind of SEO terms here for each of the files. So I say create different ones, and for example it came up with some of these words, digital time measurement and so on. And afterwards we want to give this to another agent, and we want to say convert these SEO keywords to intent-based prompts. So because people don't like search for these things, instead they will have intent-based prompts. So people will ask for which software is the best to use as an ERP, for an ERP as a craftsman. And finally, then we have these kind of intent-based searches. We are going ahead and we are going to use a browse web and search web. And we are going to use an AI agent here, which is actually using this prompt and actually performing an LLM search for this prompt. And we see there are different responses. Afterwards, we want then to understand if this is actually mentioned, if our brand is mentioned. So we have, for example, here the brand Meisterwerk. And if we want to understand if the brand here is mentioned in the first one. And so you see, if we look for Meisterwerk here, it's mentioned in the first property. So in the response that we got from the LLM, actually is true, is mentioned. So we want to find this out for Meisterwerk, as well as for the competitor that we are tracking, which is called Hero. So in this case, we are tracking the same kind of prompt for the Meisterwerk as well as for Hero. And as you see, both actually appeared in the response. So Hero as well as Meisterwerk have been coming back from the LLM. So it's also here true. So in the end, we want to do a calculation, and over these 50 items, these kind of 50 searches, we want to understand how often these companies have been mentioned. And we can see that they have been mentioned in 3 different intent-based searches, or 50 intent-based searches that we derived from the webpage. And actually these intent-based searches we also generated within. So the LLM thought like, this is how the website looks, and these are potential intent-based searches that people would make to find out about this product. Finally, then we use a node to push this to actually a template. And this is like a Google Sheets template, which I have shown here. So it will upload this data here into this column as a new row. You see 12th of December today. And then we can see also how actually the search is performing over time. And as you see, the AI SEO GEO is pretty similar for these companies over time. They have like a very similar GEO score. We can see that maybe Meisterwerk is doing a bit better over time, as the blue chart is generally a bit higher. It just most of the times is higher and wins most of the times. Just a few times it is like falling below. But this could also be due to the fact that we created this intent-based search based on the data that we got back from the Meisterwerk website. And they are competitors, but it could also be that they have like a bit of a different ICP that they are targeting, a bit of a different market. Hence it could be that Hero might perform better in other intent-based search. So if you want to also understand how your brand is doing over time regarding LLMs, so how do LLMs mention you over time, check out this template, try it out, and you could also here compare you towards your competitors and can mention as many competitors as you want. It's very simple to use. You just have to start here with this template, get ahead, and in the variables tab, you can copy this Google Sheets. I have made it public. So to get started, just go here to this template. I put the link into the comments, and what you need to do is in the workflow variables of our workflow, you need to define an array here, the strings of the ones that you actually want to track. So in this case, we have Meisterwerk and Hero, but we could extend this array. And finally, then we would be able to track all of these, and all of these would be part of our workflow of the keyword that we actually track for the intent-based search for an LLM. So this is really powerful, and also us at Needle, we really are interested in this because many of our users and many of our clients actually do come via LLM. I jump on call with different kinds of users, and often I ask them, hey, how did you find us? And they mention, we found you via just an LLM search, ChatGPT, Perplexity or Claude. So you see the importance of how people actually search for potential solutions becoming more and more important, and hence it becomes more and more important that you actually rank very well for these intent-based searches on LLMs. So to get started, I'm going to show you how you can improve your scoring on LLMs or your AI SEO score with using Needle. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Try out this template, and if you have any questions, we are very happy to answer all your questions. You can always reach out to us, and excited to see what you're building with Needle, the Vibe automation platform, and never not automate. See you.